Now, students, I'm going to tackle the roof on our concrete building, and I might do this in a series of 2 or 3 videos. I'll try and limit them to around 10 minutes each, something like that. And again, you don't need to follow me verbatim. You will have researched your roof and how you want to do it and the specification for it and everything else like that yourselves. So you're going to apply that to your own situation. But the techniques that I'm going to show you here will be of value to you in terms of creating whatever your specified roof is going to be. Okay, so it's green roof is my understanding here, and you can see my basic outline there. I've got my green roof, and the orange represents the drainage channel around the edge of the roof there too. If I go into the building section 2 here, you can see that I've got my slope on the roof, I've got my drainage channel at the side here, I've got my upstand here, I've got my insulation to the upstand there, I've got the parapet cladding on the outside there, and I've got a capping up here. So those are the elements that we're going to look at here. So the first one I'm going to take a look at is the upstand. My slab is a 300 slab, as all of my slabs are the whole way through the building here. Okay. And then probably one of the first things you'll notice is that I've incorporated the slope in the roof into the insulation. And I think Olivia had mentioned that maybe you might incorporate that in a screed. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, as far as I'm concerned here. But for my technique, I'm going to create the slope in the roof, the 1:60 slope in the roof using the insulation. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on here now. So here's my slab and here's my upstand. And if you watch my other videos in creating the downstands that I had on my slabs before, it's very similar. So what I've got here is the profile. All right, so this is the slab edge thickening option B profile. So I've opened up my slab edge thickening. I've done a save as. This is option B. And it's very simple. So the couple of things you need to notice is that make sure you hit VV on the keyboard. Go into annotation, make sure all of those are turned on in the profile view as well. So you get a view of the reference planes. So these 2 reference planes, if you like, represent the thickness of the slab that you're going to apply the profile to. So anything above that line means the profile, sorry, anything above this will go upwards on the slab. Anything below that will go downwards on the slab. So this is a down stand and this is an upstand here. You've got this is a parametric dimension, so that can be changed and adjusted. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. It'll adjust to whatever slab thickness that you have there. So I wouldn't be hugely worried about that one there. You can leave that in. These are just the construction lines, okay, that I've drawn. I've made these at a width of 300 and a height of 700. Now, in this case, that one is a parametric dimension. This one isn't as yet, and I could make that a parametric dimension. You guys know how to do that very easily. I know that my upstand is going to be roughly 300 by 700, so I'm happy enough with that. So once you've created option B, you can load it into the project and close it. It'll ask you to save it, so save it into the folder where you save all your customized families into there as well. So back to building section. And then it's as simple as picking the slab, okay? And what you'll get is, you can see there's the upstand there, all right? And if, again, reiterating, if you use the same material for the slab and the same material for the upstand, then you'll get this kind of automatic join that's happening here. Now that's basically how that's done. It's very simple to do, and if you watch my other videos on creating the downstands, the same principle applies to the upstands. Okay, so that's that bit done, all right? Now, so what we've got here is the insulation. to the inside of the parapet. And what I've done here is I've created a wall. All right, so let's go in here. So I just took a basic wall. I duplicated it. I've called it the parapet insulation here. You can see that I've got an external render finish to the exterior side, and I've got a rigid insulation of 120 on the inside there, something along those lines. All right. Now to apply that, you go into your roof level. Okay, and I'm going to hide the parapet there for the moment, and you can see that here is the insulated the parapet insulation wall, and you literally just run around and put that in adjacent to the wall here, and if you miss it you can use the align tool to snap that into position. Okay, and that goes the whole way around. Back to my section 2. So that's your upstand, and that is a wall that's created. Let's just check the dimensions here. So it goes from the roof level. I've offset it at 200 mil above that level there, look. And it goes up to the parapet level, which is there. So it's roughly 700 has done the trick for me there. So in that case, all right. Now, so that's the parapet wall taken care of. So what we're going to look at now is the actual roof itself. And for this, so the green roof is quite specific in terms of the materials that are used in the build-up here. So what I did was I went into the NBS and I found a green roof system here, and I'm signed in and I'm registered with them, so it's free to do that, very easy to do that. So don't worry about signing up to that. Just put in your TU831 address and all of that type of stuff. Now that gives you access to be able to download this this roof project. Now I'm going to show you that, right? So that's the green roof system there. Shift that one out of the way. Okay. So when I open that up, this is what you get. And remember that this is a project as opposed to being a family. And that's so the stuff that comes from the NBS and other stores that supply Revit elements and Revit families and things like that, they either come in a project or they come in a family. So you need to distinguish between the two. All right, so that's the green roof system I have here. If I just take a little 3D of that, that's it there. It's like a big block. But let's go into the edit type and the edit structure. Now you can see that you've got your various different layers there. And again, they mightn't be exactly as you have designed it, but you can add in, you can delete, you can add in other layers, you can change the thickness of the various different layers here as well. All right, so it gives you that option to be able to do that. These are just NBS materials. Okay, so once you put this into your project, those materials will come in automatically as well. All right, so how do you get that into your project? Well, this is how you're going to do that. So you'll open up your project, you'll go into Manage, and you will go into Transfer Project Standards, and you can see here's the NBS Green Roof System. Okay, so that's why I've got my project active, and then it says copy from this project here, so make sure you do that. Now you can check none, and literally just come down to roof types, check that, and hit OK, and that will shift that roof type from the NBS project into your project here. Okay, so if I go into my roof level and I'll come across and I'll go into architecture, into architecture, and I'll go roof by footprint and hit the drop down box here. You can see there I've got the green roof system. Now after that, it's just a question of literally of applying that roof, and you've got four lovely edges to work to here. All right, so I'm just going to get in here and tab. That's the exterior one. I'll show you that in a second. Yeah, so that's it there. All right. And if I edit the footprint, you can see it's a lovely rectangle. Now, notice for the moment what I've done is that I brought the roof in through these two service areas here. So these are the core stairs that come up onto the roof, give you access to the roof, and these are the lift and the service cores here as well. So I brought those and they penetrate through the roof slab. But I brought the roof through here just for the moment, and I'll explain to you why I've done that in the second video. So I'll just close that out. And then if we go back to the building section here, you'll see that I've created a second roof. All right, that's just basically it. I'll go into the roof level here. You can see it there now. That's a second roof type that I've done. And if I pick that and go into here, so all I did was do a duplicate of the NBS green roof, and I called it the stone edge. And I went in here, I took out the top two layers of vegetation and the subsoil for the vegetation. I took those two out and I replaced them with stone. And so I've created a little material called roof stone drainage. So I took any one of those, duplicated, right? Any one of those, duplicate, and renamed it. Okay, stone drainage. And then I've just put in some a surface pattern and a cut pattern into those to make them slightly different from what's there. And then using the existing roof, I created my sketch lines and I just offset them back in so that they tucked in tidily into the insulation here. All right. Now, so you'd have your, that's good enough for the scale, for this particular scale, say 1:125 or something like that. This is one of the areas that you're going to be detailing up. So we'll get into the nitty gritty in terms of the membranes and the counter flashings and what we do with that little piece of plaster that's coming down here. We'll have to pull that back up there as well. And that'll be all taken care of in terms of the 1:20 wall section and the 1:5 or 1:10 detail that you're going to do of that area there. Now, so I'm going to, I finished that at this one here. That's part one. Come back to me in part two and I'll show you how to create the slope on the roof there.